Breaking news, my people. Chris Eubank Jr. has failed to make the weight for his fight against Conor, which will be taking place tomorrow, the 26th of April, at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London, UK. So, Eubank failed to make the weight on 2 attempts this morning. When he first came in, he weighed in at 160.2. That was the first attempt. On the second attempt, he weighed in at 160.05. Wow. It's not over the limit, like way over. Like, have we seen worse in the past from other fighters? Yes, of course, but he's still over the limit. Do you know what I mean? He's still over the limit. So Eubank Jr. will have to pay a fine of $500,000, which is the equivalent of around about 375,000 British sterling pounds, mate. Do you know what I mean? That is a big fine. That is a big fine. But Chris Eubank Jr. is rumored to be getting paid around about 10 million pounds. So, do you know what I mean? 375,000 is not that much. Yeah? But let's talk a little bit about the weight and Eubank Jr. missing the weight. Like, he's not missed it by too much. But does that change people's opinion? Does that change your prediction on this fight? Because Eubank, even in the press conference yesterday, Friday, he did look a little bit drained. Do you know what I mean? You can tell by the face, he looked a little bit drained. Not too much. I've seen fighters come in looking worse, but he did look a little bit drained. Now, him missing the weight, but not that much. Is this psychological games? Like, is this mind games? Because I've seen a video of Conor that's been posted online. He's smiling, he's happy and all that Eubank missed the weight. But listen, I don't think Conor should really be happy about, Eubank missing the weight. Because remember, Devin Haney against Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia missed weight. Ryan Garcia had to pay a fine. We all know how that story ended. Do you know what I mean? We all know how that movie went. So for Eubank, he might just be playing some mind games here. Do you know what I mean? With Conor, Eubank might be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll pay the fine. Do you know what I mean? Fuck it. Like, I don't care. I'll pay the fine. He's only 375,000 pounds. So he's like, I'll pay it. It's minor. It's minor change. You know what I mean? Considering the overall package that he's going to be getting for the fight, including sponsorships and all that. Do you know what I mean? I'm still leaning towards Eubank anyway. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like even on the night of the fight, I know they've got a weigh-in in the morning of the fight. And none of the fighters, both fighters, can't come in more than 170 pounds. Do you know what I mean? So both of them have to navigate that. Conor himself, he's all right. He came in at 154 pounds anyway, 154.6, something like that, around about that. So Conor, he's coming in as a junior middleweight. Do you know what I mean? As a junior middleweight. So it just tells you that Conor, he wants a smaller ring. Instead of the 20-foot ring, he's getting the 18-foot ring. So he's trying to say something to us. He's gonna come in there light with speed and try and get the job done early. This is what Conor's trying to do. He wants to be light on his feet, quick, devastating blows, just go in there, be a savage. That's what Conor's trying to do. Do you know what I mean? But Eubank here, he's gonna be around about the 185, 190, mate, come fight night. Do you know what I mean? He's gonna rehydrate. He's gonna come in heavy. He's gonna pack a punch. Do you know what I mean? One thing, like I said, one thing about this weight, like the way both fighters have weighed in, is telling me something. It's telling me that this ain't gonna be a decision, man. Do you know what I mean? This fight is not gonna go to a decision. I think someone's getting slept. Do you know what I mean? Someone is getting slept. And I'm leaning more towards the bigger guy, the naturally bigger guy, who's Chris Eubank Jr. Do you know what I mean? Conor coming in at that weight, you know what I mean? Junior middleweight, I'm not sure, man. I don't think he'll be able to handle the punches, man. I don't think he'll be able to handle the power from Eubank Jr. Even though I know Ben is coming into swing as well, he reckons he can knock out Chris Eubank Jr. But I don't know, guys, man. I'm not too sure, man. I don't know where Ben is getting this confidence from, because his last 2 fights, they've been stinkers. Let's be honest, they've been absolute stinkers. But obviously, listen, there's a family feud, family legacy on the line, their father's names and everything like that. We all know the history between Nigel Benn and Chris Eubank Sr. So there's a lot on the line. So obviously, Conor Benn is going to perform way more better than he did in his last 2 previous fights. But is that going to be enough? Is that going to be enough to overcome the experience of Chris Eubank Jr., do you know what I mean? And the caliber of opponents that Eubank Jr. has faced in the past. That's the big question. That's the big question. And like I said, I'm still leaning towards Eubank Jr. getting the job done with a late stoppage. I'll say around about the 8th and the 9th. Do you know what I mean? Conor's going to come out there swinging, being ferocious and everything like that for the first 4 rounds. What happens after that? Do you know what I mean? I just feel like the naturally bigger guy is going to take over. But guys, listen, I want to leave you there. I've got my prediction, my final fight prediction coming up tonight. Is going to drop right here on EMGM Sports. But let me know in the comments, guys, what do you think of this Eubank Jr. missing weight? Do you know what I mean? Do you feel like he's mind games? Do you think it changes your prediction for the fight? Are you now swinging towards Conor Benn? Or are you still saying, yo, nah, Chris Eubank Jr., the bigger guy, is going to win the fight? Let me know in the comments. I'll really appreciate that. It's very interesting. Turning of the events. Do you know what I mean? Things can still change tomorrow as well. Don't forget, in the morning, the day of the fight, they have to weigh in. So things can change. Eubank might get another fight tomorrow morning. So, you know, this fight is going to go all the way to until both men enter the ring. People are still going to be like debating who's going to win. Like, people are still in the middle. People are still in the fence and everything like that. But guys, let me know in the comments what you think. I really appreciate it. I'll be back later on this evening with a final prediction. Please don't forget to smash the like button. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, please. You're really going to help us to grow. I'll be back real soon with another one. Until then, stay blessed, my people. Peace.